So whenever you turn on your car, the engine is going to start to spin, which in turn spins the water pump pulley via an accessory belt driven off the crankshaft or a larger timing belt on some engines. This spins an impeller on the inside of the water pump that circulates coolant around the engine until the car reaches operating temperature, at which point the thermostat opens up, allowing the now hot coolant to flow through the upper radiator hose and into the radiator. Here it flows with gravity down these small channels, while the fins in between increase the surface area for more efficient cooling as air flows across while the car is moving, and from an electric cooling fan that kicks on for extra help. The now cold coolant exits through the lower radiator hose and enters back into the engine, where it extracts heat from the cylinders as it runs through cooling channels in the block and head, while the head gasket sits in between and prevents coolant from mixing with oil or getting into the actual combustion chamber. Now coolant is just a mix of distilled water, ethylene glycol, and corrosion inhibitors, and because it runs through so many critical components, it's super important to use a quality coolant like Peak and change it as recommended. The hot coolant then exits at the back of the engine, and the whole cycle continues, which looks something like this. Also notable is the radiator cap, which regulates system pressure and lets coolant flow into the overflow tank, these small coolant hoses that heat up the throttle body to keep the plate from sticking, and the heater core, which is basically a mini radiator that uses hot coolant and a fan to provide hot air for the cabin.